There's ducks and geese going everywhere, boy. Good night. Start out with this here buzz bait. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and say it right now. It has rained for almost 2 or 3 weeks straight, almost every day. But the one good thing about this little lake or pond or whatever you want to call it is it drains fairly quickly. It doesn't hold as much water as all the other ones around here. So it very rarely, unless you get a rain that rains really, really hard, really, really fast, this thing will stay about the same. So let's try it and see. Let's start with this buzz bait and let's see what happens. But I will say this, the water is super duper muddy. I mean, the visibility is less than an inch. So I'm hoping that this buzz bait, being this black, making a lot of noise on the top water, that these bass will hone in on it, maybe. There he is, right there. Look at that, boy. Spinnerbait, son. He ain't no damn monster. There he is. Spinnerbait fish, son. First one. Look how chunky they're getting right there. Look at that. Tell me they're not feeding up. Shit, boy. We're good now. We're ready to roll. That is a good sign. That's a sign I've been waiting on right there. That sign. To see that fish, that little fish. I mean, that thing wasn't even a pound, but for it to be that fat. And he hit that thing right at the bank as I was pulling it in. While I'm fishing, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about this spinnerbait and the setup that I'm using. This is that 13 Fishing Origin reel. It's in a 8:1 gear ratio. And you're probably wondering, Jack, why are you using 8:1? Man, it's a whole lot easier to slow this thing down than it is to speed a slower one up. A whole lot easier. It's on this White Bird. It's a 7.2. This is a 7.2 heavy White Bird. It does phenomenal with this spinnerbait. Now let's talk a little bit about the spinnerbait. This is, you guys know I fish a War Eagle spinnerbait, but you cannot buy this spinnerbait. You can't. And I'm going to show you how you can get it as soon as we get back home. We'll talk more about that when we get home, or when I get back to the house, done fishing. Man, they are going crazy over there. I gotta cast over there and find out what's happening. I don't know if you can see this, but that's the third time. And something's done hit the top water over there. I think the shad spawn has started. That's what I think. There he is right there. That's a good one too, boy. Look at that one. Hey man, he wasn't in the mud. Look at that. Look how fat he is. Fat Bass TV, son. Look at that. Look at that mud. Look at that. Tell me he wasn't in the mud. Super shallow. Holy shit. That's what I'm talking about, boy. Oh man, holy cow. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. Man, he was right there at the bank. Right there. In the mud. My damn reel, all the mud and shit on it. Mud all over my hands. I didn't even bring my towel. Daggone. Woo, let's go. What the hell was that? Is that my spinnerbait? That's my damn blade. Look at that. My blade come off. It's okay. I got more in the truck. Alright, so we got a new blade put on this thing after I casted the blade off. I still ain't even sure how that happened. But we come back on the original side where I started. And we're going to see what we can make happen over here. There he is right there. See? Golly. Alright, come on. Good night. He was right there at the bank too, son. Whew. He was right where he's supposed to be, at the bank, up against that little Christmas tree right there. That's exactly where he was. And he come out and annihilated this thing. Holy cow. That's another good sign. Bees are flying around. Man, what the hell we got going on here? Holy smokies. There he is. There he is. Come on, there's number 3. Boom! There's number 3. He's not quite as fat. Hey, I'm sorry. Stop. There you go. Well, he's gone now. Whoops. I dropped him. Sorry, buddy. You know, these little fish will tear your spinnerbait up. They absolutely will. And he wasn't little. I mean, he was okay. Pound and a half. But the smaller fish will tear that dude up. This big, there's one right there. There he is. That's a good one too, boy. There he is. Look at that big fat boy. Daggone, son. He destroyed my spinnerbait. Look at that big fat sucker. We finna get a weight on this dude. Yes, we are. What did it say? There it is, 436. Nope, 421. 429, 427. 429. Good night, big boy. He killed that thing too. Holy cow. Look at that big thing. Look how fat it is. Holy moly. Let's let her go. Alright, girl. See you later. Boom! Now let's see how bad she destroyed my spinnerbait. Pretty bad. Alright. If you can hear me in this wind, now that I got spinnerbait blade situation under control, see if we can get another one. There's one. There's another one. He's not quite as big. Good night. Settle down, boy. We had to go buy a new spinnerbait. There he is. Different one. He's not as fat. I'll let you go. Gone. Wrong way, buddy. There he goes. Good God. Look what he did to the spinnerbait. Look at that thing. Good God, man. I'll just straighten it back out. All right. So we made it back from fishing. It was probably the best hour and 45 minutes that I've had all year. Man, it was awesome. That's why I love to fish. It's because of that. But what I do want to talk to you about, and a lot of YouTubers have touched on this a little bit, so I'm going to touch on it a little bit more. I'm going to put my spin on. It's something that I've been doing for a while. I just really haven't talked about it. So now that the cat's out of the bag and they're talking about how they're modifying their spinner baits to catch more fish, I'm going to talk about what I do. So let's get into the rod and reel first. And I'm gonna link all this down below, but I'm not going to be able to link the blades because there's no link to them. But I will tell you how you can get them. So the reel is, and you guys have seen this, if it'll focus on the reel and not my face, it's the 13 Fishing Origin, and the rod is, it's the focus on the rod, not my face. It's the Favorite Select Whitebird. This, you guys know, this is one of my favorite rods in the whole world. I have a lot of them and I use them. I use them a lot. This is the 7.2 heavy. This is my go-to spinnerbait setup. I'm throwing it on 30-pound Power Pro braid. A lot of guys say, man, why do you throw braid on moving baits? That's the only thing I throw. I don't like the stretch that you get from other line. I want the braid. I want to, when that fish hits, I want to know, and when I go to jack that fish, I want to know that I'm penetrating that hook deep into his face. Boom. So let's talk about the spinnerbait, because that's the number one thing right here is a spinnerbait. This is just your average. Let's take the blades out of the equation. This is your average. It's a 1/2 ounce white War Eagle spinnerbait. White with it's, you know, like a shad. It's got some little silver flakes in the skirt. I don't know if you can see that, but it's got some little, if it'll focus, good night. Silver flakes in the skirt. You can probably see that a little bit, but it's a 1/2 ounce silver spinnerbait. You can get it at any tackle store, anywhere online. That's just your average ordinary spinnerbait by War Eagle. Now what I do to change this is these things come, the main blade, these things come with a number 4 blade. I change these out to a number 6. It's just a bigger blade. It helps it, if I want it to stay, you can focus on me now. You can focus on me now. I'm done. There we go. Stupid camera. Whoa. So I use this bigger blade. I can still fish it fast. Well, let me rephrase that. I can fish it at the surface of the water where it'll make a wake, but I can roll it slower. Does that make sense? I'm not having to scream it through the water for it to stay higher in the water column. It will float up at a slower speed. And if I want to fish it slower, I just slow it down, and this blade puts out a massive thump. Not so much when you're fishing it a little bit faster, but slower, is you can feel it in the rod. It's doop, 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 doop. You know what I mean? So onto the second blade, and this one is key. And I've only been able to find it at local tackle shops. I can't find it online anywhere, and I know somebody makes them. So if you know where I can find them online, drop a comment, drop a link, drop a something, and let me know. My local tackle shop sells them, but they only sell them in one size, which that's cool. It's no big deal, but I would like to have some bigger ones. And it's this orange blade, and if you can see it, it's got a little bit of like metal flake in it. Now, yes, you can buy a War Eagle spinnerbait with the orange blade. Yes, you can. but it only comes in chartreuse. I bought these blades. I bought these and these at my local tackle shop. It's the only place I could find them. I couldn't find them at Bass Pro, Academy, Dick's, any of those. I couldn't find it. I had to go to one of my mom and pop local tackle shops to get it. And they had them. They have a whole bunch of them. So I'm not worried about not being able to find them. But I'd like to be able to find different sizes. You know what I mean? So it's super simple to change this stuff out, guys. I mean, don't be intimidated. You got, if you can see that little loop, if it'll focus. There's a little loop right here. If you can see that, you just take you a pair of needle nose and bend that loop out, and everything will just slide off. And then you can change this blade. This has got a split ring on it. You know, just change it with the split ring, and then take your needle nose and just loop your little loop on the end right there. Come on. Loop your little loop right here on the end, loop it back around, and everything's just fine. That's my #1 spinnerbait tip. This is what I do to all my spinnerbaits. I only fish War Eagle, and I change these blades out. I got some like this that have #6s. I have some that have #5s. I have some that have #4s. And most of your War Eagle spinnerbaits are going to come with #4, but I like swapping colors. I do. If I have a silver spinnerbait, I want to put a gold blade on it. I want to have one with a gold and a silver blade for, you know, different conditions. That's my spinnerbait tip, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. This is the week I've been waiting on. I've been telling you guys it's coming, and it's here. Those bass, you know, we've had massive amounts of rain the past few weeks, and those bass didn't care. They were still wearing this spinnerbait out. You know, we've had so much rain that it's now become the norm, I guess you would say. So when the rain stops and the water starts dropping back down, I think that's when it's going to really affect the bass. But until that day comes, I'm going to keep fishing. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought about it. It's now time. You're going to start seeing a lot more fishing now that the fish are more active. They're not just sitting on the bottom. They're active now. They're chasing. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if you liked it. Don't forget to subscribe. It's right over here in the corner right there. And it's going to be somewhere over here at the end of this video. There's going to be a couple other videos down here. A couple of videos right here. If you haven't seen them, click on them. If you have not registered to win the favorite rod I'm giving away, that video is going to be in one of these videos right here. Click it if you haven't. That's all you got to do. Click it, subscribe, all that good stuff, and you will be entered to win. My son just got tangled up in the spinnerbait line. So appreciate it, guys. Appreciate y'all watching. See you tomorrow.
Thanks for watching.
You gotta say boom.